I think it got caught on her tooth. She has got some super razor sharp puppy teeth. And sometimes she just gets in her little moods where she just takes off running. She's a funny little puppy. You gonna get to that yucca plant and get yucked. What you doing? What you doing? She ain't showing out like she did yesterday. I should have had a camera because she was just absolutely full of herself. She went to work with me today. She might be a little tired. She has definitely got the Russell trait. Being curious about everything. Whoops, well, let her. That's a good girl. Proud of you, girl. All right. She had to go use the bathroom. That's a good girl. That was a good girl. She ain't had but one accident that I know of. And she stays right behind me all the time, so. Hey, girl. No, no, no. She knows what no means. Sometimes she don't want to listen. Yeah, but this is the puppy I got to take over for Roscoe. And in case anybody's wondering what happened to Roscoe, I just don't even like to talk about it. But at least I can talk about it now without it, like, breaking down. What are you eating? What are you eating? I don't think she knows. You're eating a rock. You don't need to be eating rocks. Come on. I had a retreat on what I did with it, though. But anyway, Roscoe, he died back on May 12th. I was up at Gastonia at the Amtrak station. And it was just a half-hearted rail fan outing. More to let him go back behind, because he liked to go back behind the depot and sniff. And when we got there, I hadn't looked at any of my signals. There's the brat. Like I said, she does not get far away from me. I hadn't looked at any of the signals, didn't have the scanner on, and I made the worst decision I've ever made in my life. And that decision is, see what I mean? She will not. She is by my side all times. Isn't that right? You know I got one of these things, don't you? Say, you know I got it. You don't know where it's at, but you know I got it. What? Urgh. Now she sees it. She smells it. Here, girl. Here! But getting back to what I was saying about Roscoe, so I didn't ascertain the traffic, didn't check a signal, didn't turn my scanner on until I got there. By that time, it was too late. The intermodal train had already called Randall, was on its way, and I didn't know it. Oh, Lord. Roscoe whined to get out, so I just let him out. Didn't think nothing of it. And then I heard the crossing gates come down. And it still didn't quite dawn on me that I'd let Roscoe out. And by the time I realized it and saw him, he was coming across the tracks. There wasn't anything I could do. And so he was killed instantly on impact. He didn't suffer. And so I took his body, put it back in the car, and brought it back up here to Krause to bury him at home. I've yet to get over it. I still miss him. I mean, like I said, I got Princess not to replace him because they ain't going to replace Roscoe. And that wouldn't be fair to her to expect it. She's a different puppy. But Roscoe's loss there, because I haven't been back on the track since, and it's now June 6th. So it's coming up on a month, and I'm not going to go this weekend. Even if I wanted to, the weather's going to blow, so I don't see any reason to go. And then secondly, Saturday I got to get her to the vet. And she needs her puppy shots, and she needs deworming. I mean, she's in remarkably good health, but still, I don't want to wait until anything goes wrong. But Roscoe's passing, man, I hadn't felt an emptiness like that since my dad died. And it got better in a couple weeks. Not with Roscoe. I guess it has to do, I mean, not only am I sad, but I feel guilty about what happened. If I'd have been paying more attention, thinking, or if I'd have just put him on a leash, or if I would have just ascertained traffic before I got there, Roscoe would still be alive. I let a train sneak up on me, and it went downhill from there. But I've learned a hard lesson with this, and that is, sometimes she reminds me so much of him. But it's a tough lesson what happens when you let your judgment, when you let your attentions lapse and make bad choices, even though they're not intentional. I didn't go to Gastonia to see him die. That's for sure. But, bad choices can lead to bad things. Very bad things. And May the 12th was one of those occasions. So she's going to pick up where Roscoe left off. I got her much younger than when I got Roscoe. She's only about maybe 10 weeks, 10, 11 weeks maximum. So she's not even 3 months yet. And smart, vocal. I've got videos of her barking at me. Very mischievous. Very curious. She's not fearless yet. She's very aware of what goes on around her. She's more cautious than she is fearless, but I think a lot of that has to do with her being a puppy. And getting her here last Saturday really, it probably traumatized her, but I didn't really have any choice. She'd never ridden before. She'd never even been out of the house before. She'd never been outside. And I'm taking her outside, driving 40 miles, 40, 50 miles. And you know, she'd never been exposed to that before. So that might have, I don't want to say it scarred her, but it didn't do any favors. In fact, to be honest with you, I figured she'd hide in my room for 2 weeks, but Saturday she was totally lost when I got her here. But I stayed with her. Didn't go anywhere, didn't leave her by herself. So again, Sunday, stayed with her. Monday, I had to take her to a babysitter. I don't want to leave her at home alone. But I went to see her at lunch and picked her up, stayed with her. And now it's Thursday. I've had her, well, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I've had her 6 days. And she's doing much better than I expected. And she's got good personality. She's got a beautiful face. She seems to be eager to work with the program here as far as using the bathroom. I have to remind her sometimes, but generally I've kind of learned when she starts sniffing around, looking randomly, if she's not looking for something, she probably needs to be taken outside. She is a Parson Russell Terrier, which is part of the Russell Terrier line. You've got regular Russell Terriers, which are smaller ones, the smallest ones. Then you got Jack Russells, which pretty much are going to have her body, but albeit with shorter legs. And now you've got Parson Russell Terriers, which is what she is, which has the same body of a Jack Russell, but longer legs. And they're also the more energetic of the bunch. So I go from short-leg Jack Russell, Yorkshire Terrier mix with tons of energy that could get himself in trouble, to a bigger dog, a faster dog, with more energy that could probably, though she is a little bigger, maybe be able to take care of herself better when it comes down to moving vehicles, be it a car, truck, train, anything. Not too much doggy can do about that. And I've really got to keep my eye on her and be on the ball at all times with her if I take her out. Roommates come out. Well, I'll just cut this video here, but meet Princess and the definitive on Roscoe's departure. I give her a treat, and I do miss Roscoe. Even though she's here, she does make it easier. She's put a little heart back into the house. And she'll put more in as time goes on, but I still miss my boy. Wish I could have him back.